The Airbus A380 was once the king of the sky, popular with airline operators before the tide turned, making the aircraft go out of production. However, the jumbo aircraft is finally coming back thanks to a couple of reasons that aviation is not able to argue with. Why is the Airbus A380 coming back and what has changed about this aircraft? Stay tuned as we bring you all the details about the triumphant return of the Airbus A380. The story of the A380 begins in the late 1980s when Airbus engineers started to work on a secret project to develop an ultra-high-capacity airliner UHCA that could challenge the dominance of the Boeing 747 in the long-haul market. The Boeing 747 was the undisputed queen of the skies at the time, and no other aircraft manufacturer could match its size and performance. Airbus wanted to change that and offer a new option for airliners and passengers who wanted to fly between major hubs with more comfort and efficiency. Airbus considered several designs for its UHCA, such as two A340 bodies placed side by side or a flying wing concept, before settling on the double-decker configuration that we see today. The double-decker design allowed for more passenger capacity, more cabin space, more flexibility in seating arrangements, and more amenities such as bars, lounges, and shops. Airbus also aimed to make the A380 more environmentally friendly, more fuel-efficient, and more technologically advanced than the 747. The A380 project was officially launched in 2000 with a budget of €9.5 billion, $10.7 billion, and 6 launch customers: Air France, Emirates, Lufthansa, Qantas, Singapore Airlines, and Virgin Atlantic. The A380 was given the name A380 because of its double-deck cross-section that resembles the number 8 and because 8 was a lucky number in Asian countries where Airbus expected high demand for its aircraft. The first prototype of the A380 was unveiled in Toulouse, France in January 2005 and made its maiden flight in April 2005. It was a stunning sight to behold, a 4-engine jet that could carry up to 853 passengers in a single-class configuration or 525 passengers in a typical 3-class configuration over a range of 14,800 kilometers. The A380 was even registered as FW Wow, which reflected its wow factor. The A380 was a hit with passengers for multiple reasons, which included space and comfort. The A380 had a generous cabin width of 6.58 meters or 21.6 feet on the main deck, and 5.92 meters or 19.4 feet on the upper deck, allowing for wider seats, aisles, and overhead bins. The A380 also has a higher ceiling than most other aircraft, creating a sense of openness and roominess. Amenities and entertainment. The A380 offers a range of amenities and entertainment options for passengers to enjoy during their flight. Some airlines have installed bars, lounges, shops, showers, spas, and even suites on their A380s, making them feel like flying hotels. The A380 also has state-of-the-art in-flight entertainment systems with large screens, noise-cancelling headphones, and hundreds of channels of movies, music, games, and live TV. The A380 also has Wi-Fi connectivity and mobile phone services on board, allowing passengers to stay connected and productive during their flight. Smoothness and quietness. The A380 is one of the smoothest and quietest aircraft in the sky thanks to its advanced aerodynamics, wing design, and engine technology. The A380 has a low wing loading which reduces turbulence and improves stability. The A380 also has wingtip devices that reduce drag and fuel consumption. The A380 is powered by either Engine Alliance GP7200 or Rolls-Royce Trent 900 turbofans, which are among the most efficient and quiet engines in the world. The A380 also has noise reduction technologies such as acoustic liners, chevrons, and vortex generators that reduce the noise emitted by the engines and the airframe. The A380 is so quiet that it meets the strictest noise regulations at airports around the world. Safety and reliability. The A380 is one of the safest and most reliable aircraft in the world with a proven track record of performance and excellence. Since its introduction in 2007, the A380 has experienced only a few incidents and no fatalities, making it one of the safest aircraft in the industry. The A380's safety record is due in part to its advanced safety systems. The aircraft is equipped with multiple layers of redundancy, including redundant flight control systems and multiple independent avionics systems. This ensures that if one system fails, the aircraft can still be safely flown by the remaining systems. The A380's safety record is also due in part to its low exposure to risk. The aircraft is designed for high-capacity, long-haul hub-to-hub operations, which means that it performs fewer takeoffs and landings than other aircraft. These are the most common times for an accident to occur. The A380 also operates on well-established routes between major airports that can accommodate its size and weight, and the A380 also has a high level of automation and self-diagnosis capabilities that reduce the workload of the pilots and the maintenance crew. The A380 has been flying millions of passengers around the world with no fatalities and no hull losses since its entry into service in 2007. As of December 2021, the global A380 fleet had completed more than 800,000 flights over 7.3 million block hours. However, while passengers couldn't get enough of the A380, the massive aircraft was not a darling of airline operators, forcing it to go out of production. Here are some of the reasons for the jumbo airplane's fall from grace. High costs. The A380 was not only expensive to buy, but to operate and maintain. The list price of an A380 was around $445 million in 2018, making it one of the most expensive aircraft in the world. The A380 also has high operating costs due to its size, weight, and complexity. It consumes more fuel than smaller and more efficient aircraft, such as the Boeing 787 Dreamliner or the Airbus A380 XWB. It also requires more crew, more ground staff, more airport infrastructure, and more maintenance than other aircraft, basically more of everything. The A380's 4 large Rolls-Royce Trent 900 engines pose high maintenance and fuel costs for airlines. Low demand. The A380 is a very large aircraft that can carry up to 853 passengers in a single-class configuration, or 525 passengers in a typical 3-class configuration. However, most airlines have difficulty filling up such a large number of seats on every flight, especially on less popular routes or during off-peak seasons. The A380 is also too big for most airports, limiting its route network and flexibility. Only a few airports in the world can accommodate the A380's wingspan, height, weight, and landing gear. The A380 has a massive wingspan of 79.8 meters, 261.6 feet, and a height of 24.1 meters, 79 feet, making it one of the largest aircraft in the world. This means that many airports have to widen their taxiways, runways, and gates to accommodate the A380's size and avoid collisions with other aircraft or buildings. Some airports also have to install special jet bridges or stairs to allow passengers to board and disembark from both decks on the A380. And the A380 is also subject to slot restrictions and noise regulations at some airports. And because the A380 can carry so many passengers, this means that many airports have to increase their terminal space and facilities to handle the large number of passengers that arrive or depart at any one time on an A380 flight. This includes more check-in counters, security lanes, baggage carousels, customs booths, lounges, restrooms, and shops. Some airports also have to adjust their slot allocation and scheduling to avoid congestion and delays caused by the A380's longer boarding and deplaning times. Changing market. The A380 was conceived at a time when larger planes carrying hundreds of passengers between hubs were an attractive proposition, but by the time it had started flying, a different business model had taken over in the aviation industry. Airlines and passengers preferred small and more flexible planes that could fly point-to-point routes, bypassing congested hubs and offering more frequency and choice. The emergence of new competitors such as the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and the Airbus A380 XWB also posed a threat to the A380's market share. These aircraft are smaller but have a similar range, more payload, and 2 fewer engines than the A380. They are also more fuel efficient, more environmentally friendly, and more technologically advanced than the A380. These are some of the reasons why airline operators don't like the A380 and why it went out of production. The A380 was a marvel of modern aviation that pushed the boundaries of engineering, technology, and design, but it also faced many challenges and delays during its development and production. It didn't receive any new orders since 2015, and some airlines decided to cancel or reduce their orders or retire their A380s early. The largest customer of the A380, Emirates, also reduced its last order from 162 to 123 aircraft in February 2019. This prompted Airbus to announce that it would end the production of the A380 in 2021 after delivering the remaining orders. The last A380 was delivered to Emirates on December 16, 2021, marking the end of an era. However, the A380 is making a triumphant return to the aviation sector, thrilling many fans of the aircraft. Airline operators are beginning to face the reality that these machines in the sky just have to return. Here are the reasons why, and the lifting of pandemic restrictions has a lot to do with them. Vaccine rollout. The widespread availability and administration of COVID-19 vaccines have boosted consumer confidence and encouraged people to travel again, especially to international destinations that have reopened their borders. The A380 can offer more capacity and comfort for passengers who want to fly between major hubs such as London, Dubai, Singapore, and Los Angeles. Aircraft shortage. The delayed delivery of ordered aircraft such as the Boeing 777X and the Airbus A350-1000 has left some airlines with a shortage of wide-body aircraft. The A380 can fill this gap and provide more flexibility and frequency for airlines that need more seats and cargo space on their routes. For example, Emirates has the world's largest fleet of A380s and uses them as its flagship product on its network. Passenger preference. As we stated earlier, the A380 is popular among passengers and crews for its spaciousness, quietness, smoothness, and luxury. It offers more cabin space, more seating options, and more amenities than most other aircraft. And some airlines have also installed new features on their A380s, such as premium economy class and upgraded in-flight entertainment systems. For example, Etihad Airways plans to use its A380s exclusively for its London route, where it faces strong competition from other carriers. Airline strategy. Some airlines have decided to keep or bring back their A380s as part of their strategy to differentiate themselves from their competitors and attract more customers. For example, British Airways has brought back all of its 12 A380s after initially parking them during the pandemic. The airline sees the A380 as a valuable asset that can help it regain its market share and reputation in the post-pandemic era. And finally, pilgrimage market. The A380 is suitable for mass charter flights, such as transporting pilgrims from around the world to Mecca as part of the Islamic pilgrimage. The A380 can offer more seats, more comfort, and more efficiency for this market, which has a high demand and a limited supply of flights. For example, Saudi Arabian Airlines has resumed its A380 operations for this purpose.